The story's the same, isn't it? You're playing a game, you're in the queue, and you just keep pulling bottom tier games. You had a good run yesterday, you had a good run earlier, but today you're getting bottom tier after bottom tier after bottom tier. And how do you play them games? How do you eke the best possible scenario out of these games where pretty much everyone's got the advantage over you? Well, stay tuned, because in this video we're going to look at just that. We're going to look at how you can make the most out of your bottom tier games. In this video we're going to look at a number of games using the Cromwell tank where we're a tier 6 in a tier 8 game. The advice is pretty similar no matter what you're in. It would be slightly different if you're a tank destroyer or a heavy tank. So in this video we're going to focus on mediums. But if you are a heavy tank player, I would advise you to watch this, because the aspect and the idea of what I say to do is the same. Now, as normal, I'm not going to come on here and show you loads of really awesome games of me spamming gold and getting great scores, because many of the people that I'm hoping that will watch this video are people that need help. They can't afford to spam premium ammo, and they couldn't ever hope to achieve these super duper 1 in 100 games that people tend to show. They're going to be the average game where I'm achieving both W and 8, mark of excellence, and sometimes a win. So they're the three things we go for. Okay, we'll jump straight into the first match now. But just to tell you, the maps we're going to be looking at, so I'm not skimped out on long range maps for the Cromwell. I've made it really hard. So we've got a game on Himmelsdorf, we've got a game on Ensk, I think we've got Westfield. All the games seem to be quite short. So what I think I might do is, I might do 3, I might do 4, depending on how the video's going. But let's just start with the Himmelsdorf, shall we? Here we go, let's start this match off. So as you can see, I'm in a Cromwell. It's Himmelsdorf. It's a tier 8 game. Now typically, if I'm in a mid to high tier in this map, I would go Hill, right? So Hill seems to be a good place to go. But my strategy in this game is going to be different. So lesson 1, do the unexpected. The onus isn't on you. I'm going to go to E7 to distract them heavies. But look, the light tank comes across and it gives us a bit of an opportunity. So 1 straight into his tank. Okay, I've got some intel. So the next thing is gather intel. Right, the onus isn't on you to carry this game whatsoever. So you can be unpredictable. You can do things you might not ordinarily do. Now here we go, we've spotted a Hotch. Now can we put another one into this light tank? Yes, great. Now I can't move over to the space I want to go over in E7 until this AMX-12T's out of the way. Now he's decided that he's lost enough hit points and he's going to bug out and do another scouting run. And I'm going to push forwards. Now I would never normally come to this spot because it's a little bit risky. If you're a mid to high tier, it's up to you to carry. But it isn't up to me to carry. It's up to me to distract, which is very important. There's a charioteer here. We can put one into him. He hasn't got much armour. Now he's distracted. Oh, God, there's someone else there to think about. Artie takes him out. Every shot a higher tier tank shoots at me is a shot they're not shooting at the top tier. And that does our team a favour. Now I'm going to cause a right mischief because I'm going to come around their flank. And now I've pushed forward to a pretty advanced position. And they're getting shot in the flanks, and now they're having to move out from that place where they're hull down. The IS has just taken one because of that. I'm going to be having a little look up the top there of the hill. Is there a shot? Can't seem to get one. Will he come out? Sometimes you can get them. I think them tanks were a bit short. But now I'm going to cause a little more distraction. I want to turn the turrets of these tanks and really allow our tanks to push through well. Oh, there's an EBR there. Now, an EBR's got to be careful, because, I mean, a good EBR player could keep poking, and probably outdo me. But I'm going to see what this guy's got. Right, okay, he's hit me for 110, so he's not smashing me with high damage there. So, okay, there's a KV2 here. Is he AFK? That's my first go. Is he AFK? Could be. Is he? He's sideways on? No, he's not AFK. We'll track him. Okay. No, he's open. Basically, he's mine now, right? So, our friendly EBR's coming up to joining in the damage party, but he found himself out of position in against a fast firing gun, which can keep him tracked all day long. Now, thanks to the distraction we caused, the banana road is now pushing right up. Arguably, they might have done that on their own, but, you know, I definitely played a role there. Spotting the artillery. Now, I didn't tackle this as good as I could be. I thought the EBR would hang around and help me with this, but he's gone for the RT instead, and that puts me in a bit of a pickle. Because now I've got tanks coming in for me, and I could have really done with him just helping me out here. By going for the artillery, he's put himself in a position where he's going to get killed by the Borask. And I'm in a position where it's not really nice for me. So, if he'd have hung around there, we could have really done damage to this Panther and the Brett Panther. And then he could have gone for that, but instead he's just died. I mean, obviously I'm going to die here now against this guy. I'm going to get as much damage before I go. I'm up to 2,000 damage there. And I'm going to see if I can get another shot in, but unfortunately I couldn't. So I'm just going to pause that. No, I'm not. We're going to go to the after game stats. So here we go. It's a victory. We find ourselves on, I think, second to top damage, top in XP, over 1,000 base experience. We definitely delivered for the team. Really, you know, that's the sort of, if you're doing that, that's great. 700 caused by assistance, but it's a closed map. Made a nice little bit of profit there. It's a first-class game. So what I just want to talk about quickly before we move on to the next game is just very important. So your bottom tier, you know, don't underestimate the power of distraction, the power of doing something that you normally wouldn't do. I just so didn't want to go up on that hill, because if I went up on that hill on a bottom tier tank, I'm literally face to face with tanks that can fire and hit me with a higher damage, can hide behind. I've got to try and get through an armor. I've got to try and aim and find a weak spot. Don't always work like that, right? So you play to your tank's strengths. You manage the weaknesses. You might be playing a bottom tier tank in a dirt gun where it don't matter so much, right? So you've got to think about how can you pull off the unexpected in your bottom tier tank and really positively affect change in that game. Right, let's move on to the next game, shall we? Okay, here we are, bottom tier on mines, and I'll tell you now, I don't normally go hill on mines if I'm mid to top tier, because you can normally take a shot getting up there, and you can normally give a shot if you just hang back a bit. So I would sooner give damage than take it. I'm a giver, not a taker. And coming up this hill here, I realise I'm going to take a shot, but if I take a shot and the T69 and the Comet don't, that's good, because I'm bottom tier, and you know, if I can eat one instead of them, they're going to chances are they're going to have a better impact in the game. The Comet gets up without being damaged. I get hit by Artie, which is really unlucky, but I guess Artie's going to have a massive hard-on for me because I'm up here and I could spot him, right? The T69 actually didn't go for it, which is fine. You know, we do need some players there as well. So now it's like, what can I do here? Okay, well, I can spot, right? I need to worry this back line. I need to make them, you know, think that they're not going to shoot from safety. Spot the IS. Okay, cool. No one's really in a position apart from RT to hit him. But we spotted him nonetheless. Okay. I'm not too sure if I spotted them or if they just popped up as I went forward. But I'm spotted now. Don't hang around at all here. Biggest mistake when you're in the bottom tier. I'm going to hit someone for like 130 or 150. They're all going to hit me for like 200-300. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. I've already taken damage on the way up there and unexpected damage from the RT. So I'm going to try and get safe damage. I've not been spotted yet. He's behind a bush. Now this happens quite a bit in the Cromwell. I'm going to see if I can go for it. I missed that shot. That's my opportunity gone. Did you notice how I pulled back then? Had I stayed there for a split second longer, that shot from the Comet would have hit me. I was rushing to get the shot. I missed the shot. It's over. I'm done. My opportunity was lost and now I have to pull back. Now I've been trying to get a shot on this IS here. Okay. I didn't want to give my position away with a miss. I wanted to make sure I had a nice, you know, good green colour there for penetration. But he's going to go forward now, so that's going to give me the opportunity to put a shot into him. I'm going to see if I can get another one here. Now, I didn't quite get the gun depression right here, so I missed one there, and then I got collided with the Comet. Again, I come out. I'm not going to hang around. Funnily enough, the moment I moved, RT came down. Right, my opportunity was over. They were looking at me. He was aimed in. If I'd gone for another one, he would have hit me. So, he's behind a building now. I didn't realise that at the time. Is he there? Can I get tone? No. Can I hit the C? No, I can't hit that 703. And now I'm spotted. Okay, time to pull back again. You know, I'm a bottom tier tank. I don't want to get a whack off anything. I got put a nice cheeky one into that Comet as I drove off, which is great. Now I'm just working this area here, causing distraction. That Comet and that IS right now is being completely distracted by me, and they are not getting on with their mission, which is fighting the KV-2, the Black Prince, and the SU-100Y. Had we not been up there distracting them guys, they would have been fighting them, and they might have been round on that flank by now. But instead, they were looking up at us, whilst taking fire from everywhere else, having to be careful. Right, I spotted that IKV now. Cool. So, I'm going to try and get some shots on him, but what I wanted to talk about is the 3 factors in which you can judge whether you had a good game or not. Right, and the priority of all these things is completely up to you. Like, some people prioritise a win, some people prioritise WN8, and some people prioritise Mark of Excellence, right? And what's your favourite? It's really important, because sometimes if you prioritise the win, you might not get more damage. You might do something that puts yourself at a little bit of risk, but, you know, gets a win. Got some nice shots into the IKV from safety up here, and that's, again, look, I'm keeping on the move. I'm looking around and spotting things, and I'm taking people out the game. My priority is typically Mark of Excellence. Second to that is WN8. Second to that is win. The reason I do it like that is because typically, if you get a good Mark of Excellence or WN8, a lot of the time you're getting wins anyway. I have the WN8 up the top there. You can see at the top, you know, in sort of like top centre left, and I have my Mark of Excellence scores down by the damage panel there. And then as I'm going through the game, it enables me to stay disciplined, because I can say, okay, I would like, if possible, to get 3k WN8. And I'm up 2,000. Getting some nice shots into this artillery. 1, 2. Now I should have pulled back quicker. I was interested, isn't it? I just want to pause that there quickly. Right? I'll tell you why I want to pause that there. I just showed you loads of examples. First shot, second shot, I run away. Get back, get back. The time I didn't, I died. I was right, wasn't I? Right, you have to pull back. It's because it was arty, it was an easy shot, and I could have got the kill. And at the end of the day, it took me out of the game. But here's the thing. Let me just... here's the thing, right? We're up at 2,600 WN8. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. To be honest, I'm typically happy with 2,000, 2,2. If I get 2,6, I'm mega happy. If I get 2,8 and above, it's dream time, right? What do the skills say? That is the hope, that is the dream. Mark of Excellence. There's a chat thing in the way there at the moment. But what I can see is I started this game on 84.45%. And I'm up at 84.7 something percent now. So an increase. I like to play a game at least the rate of 95. Let's carry on. At least at the rate of 95%. So I can go for the 3rd mark. However, I will be more than happy with just an increase. So I've increased the WN8. Sorry, I've done a good WN8 game. I've increased my Mark of Excellence in this game. Now, the ironic part of this Cromwell is I once had this Cromwell up to 94.8%. And then had a series of bad games and it destroyed me. If you didn't see it, I done a video 3rd mark in the Leopard, and I was literally one game away from the 3rd mark. And it took me another 10 games because of a bad game. Let's move on to the post-game stats. Now, this is a bottom tier game. To get the 95%, I need 1,440 combined. Where's my scores? Okay, it's a 2nd class game. Made a nice little bit of profit there. We got 1,269 for damage. You know, it probably pretty much in the top half, definitely almost the top 3rd. And combined, we got 18, 19, about 1,900. So that was a 95% game on the Mark of Excellence. It was a 2,600 game on the WN8, and it was a win. So that's great. Okay, let's move on to the next game, shall we? Okay, so here we are, and this time we're on Ensk, and Ensk Himmelsdorf for paper-thin tanks, fast-moving tanks. You know, typically these are the ones that people don't enjoy the most. People naturally tend to go in the open. I don't go in the open. There's so much unpredictable parts to the open. You rarely get the support you need when you spot stuff, or you inconsistently get support. I like these bushes here for a light or a fast-moving medium, or even a non-fast-moving medium. You can hide behind these bushes. Okay, I've got a fast-firing gun. I'm going to get rid of some of this cover, right? Because we spotted him. I want to see what else is coming past. What else are we going to have to deal with over on this flank? And again, my fast firing gun, it's easy for me to do this. It's not easy for a tier 8 heavy to do this, but it's going to give us some sort of advantage later in the game if we push up. So what can we see? We haven't seen anything else gone past apart from the VK3001. It doesn't mean to say it hasn't gone past, it just means to say that we didn't see it. But I'm not seeing that wall knocked over at the back there, where they would have to go wide. And let's see if we can put a shot into this guy. Well, no, he stopped there. There's a wall there. Let's shoot this wall out, see what we can see. Because we can put some damage into this P44. And hopefully now we'll see Silhouette if he comes back this way. Okay, and we can see Silhouette. And now I'm going to try and track him. Right, 1 into the side, didn't track. 2 into the side, didn't track. Can we put a 3rd in? No, we cannot put a 3rd into the side. I would really hoped I'd tracked him then. I didn't get the track. He's out of the game now. So I'm going to push up. I'm not convinced. Like, what I'm seeing is 2 mediums on the side. I'm seeing an M6 in the centre. There's a TS5 there. I'm not convinced that tanks come across here. Oh, KV2. There you go. Bang in the middle. He missed me. Thank God. And now we're going to see if we can punish this VK3001, right? Because he's up here and I think he's unsupported. Can we put one into him? Yeah. And get another one into him? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yes, we did. We killed him. Brilliant. Proxy spotting this KV2 now. And we can see that, in actual fact, let's just quickly, very, very quickly pause this so we can just get a sense of what's going on. Okay, so look at what's happened on the minimap. I draw your attention to the minimap. You've got the Carnarvon, the KV1S, the Poodle, a Progetto, another medium there, and a second medium. I can't see what they are, right? But they are all pushing down. There's going to be a Comet down there. The STR V74, by the looks of it. Right, they are all pushing down that bottom flank there. And had I gone predictably to the open, like many do in a Cromwell, or a light tank, because it's the same for light tanks. Bottom tier lights, I'd have done the same strategy here. Bottom tier heavies, I would have done the same strategy here as well, right? I would have done... I probably wouldn't have gone across the open quite like I did in the heavy. I would have maybe cut into the left and stuck to the wall. But certainly in the light. So, just let's just acknowledge now that if I hadn't done this, well, I'd probably be dead, right? So let's carry on with the game. Whilst we're moving forward, I just want to say thanks to the... I've had a mountain of really awesome messages and comments saying, you know, people telling me how I positively infected their games. You know, how I was the person instrumental in them staying in World of Tanks or coming back to the game or enjoying their game or reaching good scores. They really mean a lot to me, them comments, guys. So, thank you so much. And I'm getting them literally on a daily basis at the moment. There's so many people that are really chuffed that I'm back. And I'm really chuffed to be back. I actually wanted to make some more videos today, but I had a lot of work to get on with the History Project, my history company. I run a history non-profit, and it's about making online content and doing cool fundraising. Look at this guy. Sorry. And yeah, we use the money we raise to visit schools and hospitals and provide free history experiences for kids. It's really awesome. There's links on the bottom of the page if you want to check it out. If you don't, that's great. Just carry on watching tanks. Right, this Progetto coming round. We've got to be careful of them. We know about them. It's the auto reloader. It's a new tank. It wasn't in the game when I left the game. And I want to be very careful. Now what I'm doing here is I'm kind of lingering in the middle. I'm waiting for an opportunity. And there's an opportunity here. Oh look, they were aiming in. That's it. Got mega unlucky. That artillery really loves me and focuses me for ages. Had a massive stiffy for me. And I anonymised myself just in case. And it didn't make a difference. So I'm going to get out of there. I can see them guys coming up. And to stay in there, it was just going to get trapped. So be mindful of your positioning and pull out before it's too late. And that's World of Tanks advice, not family planning advice. But either way, you should definitely pull out before it's too late. I pulled out successfully then. And as such, didn't get impregnated by a enemy tank. And now I'm just waiting for this SU. I'm hoping he's going to pop around the corner. I have actually clicked on to load some premium ammo, which is very unusual for me, just in case. You know, every shot counts now, and there's a Carnarvon there, and if I don't want to get an unlucky bounce on that Progetto, the TS5 is heavily armoured, the SU-152 can be a bit bouncy, put a nice shot into him. Now that TS5's coming down, again, I'm going to pull out. Now, I didn't realise that I put myself into almost like a one-way hollow there, and I had to get round the corner really quick. And there's the artillery again. But unfortunately, the Progetto came down, and I didn't realise that he had gone up that part of the map, and it's the end of my game. But how did we do with my 3 goals? Well, we don't know if it's going to be a win or not, but we can guess this is not going to be a win, right? We have remained exactly the same on the mark of excellence, so not ideal, but not bad. And in a low tier game, in a bottom tier game, if you can remain the same and not lose progress, you know, that's a plus. You know, that's a win for a lot of people. You know, that's a win for a lot of people, especially bad players in a high tier game, right? The WN8 for this game, you know, not including any blind shots, is 3,400. So, in actual fact, for a bottom tier game, absolutely chuffed with this result. This is a medium tank in a city map. The tank's got no armour, and I managed to carve out a big slice of the pie. So let's move on to the post-game stats. Unfortunately, it's a defeat. But look at this. Top 3 on damage. We had like 5 players on 0 damage. Some really key players there. And then we had another 5 players on, you know, 500-ish damage, or 506 and below. So bearing in mind that I was with a seriously underperforming team in a bottom tier medium on a city map, no, I'd say that's a great result, right? So again, unexpected. And remember the mantra, guys: stay alive, do damage, get kills. 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 It's the same. And in this game, we stayed alive for long enough to do the damage. We didn't get many kills, but we certainly hit the goal with the WN8 and the Mark of Excellence, and I'm really chuffed with that. And let's move on to it. Should we do another one? Yeah, let's do another one, right? Okay, so we're going to finish this video up on Westfield. I have had some comments saying, Havoc, you focus too much on WN8. It's a little bit outdated. It's just about damage. I get that. I understand that. But to be truthful, we must have ways in which we can gauge our progress. And whilst WN8 is flawed in a lot of ways, if you do a mixture between your WN8 and your Mark of Excellence, I think together that performs a well-rounded goal base. So WN8 is more damaged focused. So you're focusing on the damage you're doing. You know, if you decap or you cap a target, and if you spot vehicles for the first time, not damaged by assistance damage, but just if you spot them, you get a little bit of a buff. If you spot, you know, anywhere up to 4, it's capped at about 4, and also you get extra WN8 for kills. And I think again that's capped at about 4. So once you've got past 4 kills, it doesn't really increase it anymore. So that provides a really good gauge upon which you can see your progress, and you can try, you know, there's all sorts of websites out there where you can see maps. Now I'm coming up to the centre point here. I'm not going to go to the wide open there. The reality is every time I go there, I get inconsistent results. We either roll stomp or we lose drastically. And I'm not in a position where I want to always, this guy's an idiot. Look at him in front of me. I don't like inconsistent strategy. If I come to this point here, I can shoot across at the open. I can shoot and manage, you know, and work through these buildings. And if I need to, if my heavies need my assistance, I can flank the heavies up there. Now I've been spotted, and this ain't great. So moving back to what I was saying about WN8, Mark of Excellence is scored on primarily damage done and assisting damage. Okay, so that's really great. So it takes in consideration another factor. That's, as a light tank player, I prioritise that, because it used to frustrate the hell out of me before Mark of Excellence come along, and I could passive scout a game, get like 8k passive scouting, and it would be considered a bad game because everyone was using WN7. It was back then, or you know, and WN8 when it came in. And I think I didn't have a bad game. I was instrumental in that win, but you know, that was considered a bad game. And Mark of Excellence come along, and it got rid of all that. So I was really pleased. I'm moving out of that place now because in the centre that I've taken a few shots. They know I'm there. It's time to relocate, right? Why am I going to fight people that know I'm there? It don't make sense. Remember that analogy I used in the other video? If you're going to fight a big, heavy, muscly guy, you're not going to run up in front of him, let him know you're there, and punch him in the face, because he's going to pole drive you into the ground. like in a cartoon where he hits you and it screws you in, right? What you're going to do is you're going to wait till he's distracted. You're going to run him from the side like some little pimp, right? And then you're going to whap him in the side of the ear roll, right? And then hopefully you can get out of the way before he turns around and does you in. And look, I'm going to whack him in the ear roll. Second time I might? No. He misses because he's a big muscly guy. And I'm going to see if I can whack him in the ear roll again. Tracking shot. Nice. And that's the plan. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to take people on front to front on a bottom tier medium. I want to hold this guy here as best as I can because he deserves to be held there. No, that opportunity's over, but someone finishes him off to me. If I'd have hung there again, he could have killed me, right? I'm down to 179 hit points now, and I'm not close to achieving any of my goals yet. But I'm aware that we are winning, so all I need to do is be patient, right? I've caused enough of a distraction. That KV 122 was distracted. I've hit the VK and put his hit points down a little bit, which is great. And we caused distraction to that light tank at the very beginning. He was shooting through with us. He was trying to spot this side. You know, we provided a distraction to him. And now, although we're not doing well on that far flank, unfortunately for them, you know, where light tanks and fast-moving mediums typically go, that's not the superior, you know, strategically the superior position on this map. The strategically superior position on this map is up here where we are. So if we win here, it doesn't matter if they win there, because we're going to be able to come up to this ridge where there's plenty of bushes. We're going to have line of sight across the valley. We'll be able to spot them and snipe them out. Right, and there's more of us than there is them by 7. Is it by 7? No, by 6, and now by 5. I can't even count. So now it's that clear-up game, so you stay alive. One of the things about staying alive is you're there for the end of the match. And if you're there for the end of the match, then you're there for the end of the match damage. It's nice. It's a bit like getting extra cake at the end of the party. If you leave a party early, before the cake is cut, you don't leave with cake, right? You left early. Don't leave early. Leave with cake. Stay to the end. You get more cake because they think, oh, we've given out all the doggy bags and there's some cake left over. Do you want a second piece? Yes, please. I'll have a second piece of cake. It's the same at the end of World of Tanks, right? You're going to hang around for your bit of cake. It's all as simple as that. If you leave the party early, you might get a little bit of cake or even none, right? It's the same. So we're going to use that as an analogy. Remember that, because a lot of people, you know, like cake. And if you like cake, you can really connect with that analogy, can't you? There's a Cromwell. Can we put some into him? One missed. The Cromwell hasn't got a fantastic sniping cannon. It's good enough. It hits some shots. But, you know, it'll do. Some there. So we're slowly building up now. Oh, he's spotted me. Eek. Let's come down here. Look. Dun, 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 dun. Can we get any damage on this Cromwell? Don't think we will. Look at him. He's surrounded. Right, that's a win. Nice. Okay, so let's go straight to the post-game stats and have a quick chat about this game. Because it isn't like the other ones, is it? I've got an epic reward there. Woohoo! Right, here's the post-game stats. Ended up on, you know, top half damage again. I mean, if you look at that, a lot of tanks there, completely underperforming. Managed to stay alive to the end. Got 1200 damage. In the end, that worked out at like. Let me just double check something. 1206. So when I was in the game, 1206. Yeah, so it finished up at 1886 WN8, right? Now, for a lot of you good players out there, you might think 1886, that's like green coming up for blue WN8. So, you know, that's not great. You know, skill's better than that. And all these other players are better than that. Yes, they show much better games. But the problem I have with that when trying to play, train bad players and having platooned with thousands and thousands of games with bad players. You know, I used to run a community called World of Tanks University. I played and platoons with nothing but bad players, right? So, you know, there's people out there, and what they do is they will play platoons with only good players, right? Because they know that they're considerate about their score. So I didn't do that, and I learnt a lot platooning with bad players. And what I learnt a lot is especially, and also new players that are learning the game. There's aspects to this game where they just haven't got their head round about thinking all them things. It's great to watch a guy. There's a young lad. He's such a talented player. He actually fires a lot of premium rounds, but I don't think he needs to. But he makes it work, right? Ayuksin, his name is something like that. He's a YouTuber. I recommend him. He is so talented. He plays how I want to play. The reality is, a lot of these bad players don't stand a chance of playing at that level, because he'll say, "Go to this bush," right, and he'll make it work and make it look easy. But there'll be so many aspects to why he went in that particular game, and why you wouldn't. In a different scenario that are not completely explained, or he does it in a certain tank and the bad player don't understand that it works with that tank but it don't work with other tanks, and they go there and they get killed. It's the amount of times that we lost games because one of my guys from what uni had watched Quickie Baby do something, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then Quickie Baby's a top level player, right? So what I'm trying to do is show strong games that are achievable, right? So I've had better games than this in my Cromwell, right, where I've roll stomped over matches like they weren't there. But what do you really learn from that? Okay, so what you saw me do then is scrap out a half decent score. For a lot of you, 1800 is a really good game, a really solid game, and I don't think that's to show that on that map. On a different time on that map, I would have gone up there. I would have sniped 1,000 damage across the valley early game. I would have got like 300 or 400 more points, fighting against tanks in the middle. I would have gone up to the heavy line and used my gun depression to smack damage into them, or to fire at tank destroyers at the back. And it can work out a lot different. But you have to be in that position before that happens. And if you go over to that oven flank, in my experience, when you're on your own and not in a platoon, it's dodgy. When you're in a platoon, it can work. If you all go there and work together and communicate. But if you're not in a platoon, or if you're in a platoon and in your platoon is a heavy tank, a tank destroyer, and a light tank, and the heavy tank needs to go one way, and a tank destroyer needs to go another way, and a light tank needs to go another way, and obviously that's going to change things. But if you're in 3 light tanks, just say you're in 3 Type 64s, or something like that, and then you're in a bottom tier game, yeah, you could absolutely go over there and make that work, especially if you've got a bit of support. Anyway, that's it for today, this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bottom tier tanks and bottom tier matches are a test for us all, and hopefully after watching this video in its entirety, you can go into them matches, not feel disheartened when you see your bottom tier, and think, okay, I'm bottom tier. The onus is not on me to carry. And what you got to remember is, when you're top tier, the onus is on you to carry, right? So, you got to make things work. And mid tier to a degree as well. You really got to make it work. When you're bottom tier, you can do things different. You can try different things. You can go for that play that could make a big difference, like the play on Himmelsdorf with the Cromwell. I had that plan to go to that E7 location. If I'd have just blindly gone there, I would have been, chances are I'd have been killed, because there was an auto-loading light tank in the middle by the time I got there. I didn't. I paused my plan, give him some damage, made him go off. Nice, thanks for the damage. And then I went there. Right, once he had gone, I carried on with my plan once it was clear. Put some shots into the charioteer, caused distraction, really punished the KV2 at the back. I mean, he weren't doing nothing there anyway, but thanks for the damage. And we made it, and we moved forwards. Anyway, I babble on. Don't forget to check out the History Project. There's some really good stuff over there. We're making videos. We're writing articles on Facebook. We've got over 100,000 followers on Facebook. We write articles there. They're posted every single day, pretty much. And everything we raise goes to a great cause, right? Because the kids absolutely love it. And there's videos on our YouTube channel of some metal detecting experiences we've done with the kids. There's videos on Facebook about some of the, all the awesome work we're doing with the kids, getting them dressed up as Romans, making them have a battle. They love it. Anyway, I'm off. Catch you later. Bye-bye.